is she doing over there? Hey guys, what's happening? Hey Ken, hey Bethany, hey Kim. What up? There goes my phone. Are you freaking kidding me?
Don't curse.
Oh my gosh. What in the actual...
Wow, as soon as you went live, it rang, didn't it?
Every time I try to record anything, it does that. Every flippin' time.
Alright, say hi to Victoria.
Hi guys. Hey, no excuses. Hey Lori. What up everybody? Happy almost Thanksgiving. Woohoo.
Thanksgiving every day.
Yeah, it should be. Hey, Ken said hey to you, honey.
Hey,
I
guys.
know, right? That damn phone. That's my sentiments exactly. Thank you.
Hi, Ken. Hi, everybody. I miss you. Hi, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
It is Hanukkah, isn't it?
Kwan Kwan.
Hey, Lisa, what's happening? It is Hanukkah, isn't it?
I don't know.
Gosh, I feel stupid. Isn't it Hanukkah right now? Usually I keep up on this stuff.
I know when Christmas is.
You know when Christmas is? That's a good thing, honey. Proud of you. Bye, babe.
You look good in purple, too.
Thank you.
Come see me sometime.
Hey, Bethany, what's happening? Got my little galactic thing going on again back here, y'all. I know you missed it, didn't you? Hey, Lori. Okay, you guys, how's everybody been doing? How's everybody been doing? I've been canning cranberry sauce, homemade cranberry sauce, and turkey broth. Tomorrow I gotta can the turkey. Let me tell y'all a story about turkey, okay, y'all? Well, let me let everybody get in here. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Shannon. Oh, yeah. So, in case you didn't see it in the comment section, thank you, Ken. Ken's so good at, like, marketing me. Ken, I just love you. Happy birthday, Lisa. Today is my oldest son's birthday. He turns 38 today. Happy birthday. Yeah, so our COVID test was negative. Yay! And the crowd cheers, which we pretty much knew it was, but you just don't know, right? And I have so many screwed up health issues that, like yesterday, for example, I was like, I know, thank you, yay. Yesterday was a perfect example, right? Like, I have the type of body that if I vomit, it means I'm really sick. You know what I mean? Like, I don't vomit unless I'm really ill. So yesterday, I'm like, get nauseous, like I'm about to vomit again. I was nauseous like all afternoon yesterday. I don't know what's going on with my body. I don't know if, you know, every year when the time changes, I have issues. So I'm wondering if this is just another one of those flipping issues. I know, right, Lori? Oh, thanks, Shannon. He was actually adopted. Him and his sister, we adopted them. So, but thanks. Yeah, our youngest, so Joshua is 38 today. Tab is 34 right now, and our youngest just turned 30. So our youngest is our only biological child. Yep. I loved it though. Like, I loved it going to like, excuse me, going to like our son and our daughter's high school stuff because all the parents were older and then there was me. But I'm probably older than what you think I am too though. Yes. I was very fortunate to have good genes thanks to my mother. Thank you, Lori. I love you. I'm definitely way past 40. And trust me, my body feels it every freaking day. Every morning when I wake up, there's like some new ache, and some new pop, and some new pain. So, yes, the mood is definitely affecting me. That's probably what it is. You know, whenever the time changes, which doesn't that correspond with like specific phases of the moon and stuff? I'm a bad psychic, y'all. I don't know this stuff. Yeah, it totally screws me up twice a year when that time changes. It's horrible. Thanks, Shannon. Aw, no excuses. You were adopted too. That's awesome. Excuse me. We were very fortunate to, you know, we had our son, and I just couldn't get pregnant again. Yeah, so it was like a huge blessing that these two kids came into our lives, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, it was like out of nowhere, and, you know, it was like perfect timing, you know what I mean? Well, it wasn't perfect timing, but it was, because are you ever really, like, because I remember thinking, you know, it'd be so much better if we were more financially stable or more financially secure. But the bottom line was, everything fell into place and worked out. You know what I mean? So I don't think you're ever really where you want to be financially for things like that, but it was perfect. I know, I'm so grateful there's no COVID. Y'all don't know how grateful I am. My sister had COVID so bad, and my little brother had COVID really bad. His son, my nephew, my brother's son, he got like a sore throat, I think, and a fever, but he was okay. My sister's daughter and her husband and their two kids got COVID, and I know the kids did okay. It was just like cold symptoms, but her daughter and her husband didn't do so good. Like, they had a hard time. You know, they didn't. It wasn't like they had to be hospitalized or anything, but it was definitely, you know, tough. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like everybody's had COVID in my family, you know. I'm just so fortunate I haven't had COVID. Like, really fortunate. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Ken. You don't know anyone who's had COVID? Wow. We even have, I have a close family friend that one of her good friends passed from COVID like a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, it's been, we're constantly hearing of people, you know. So, okay, you guys, so let me tell you the turkey story. How about that? So, you know, you guys know I couldn't find a frickin' turkey anywhere, right? I finally found one, and then I found a second one, and they're in my freezer, okay? So, where was I? I don't know. I went to the store the other day, and here go the sirens. Sorry, every night we have sirens that go up and down the street. I don't know what's going on. What was I saying? So, turkey. So I'm like walking through the meat section, right? Excuse me, and I'm like looking at how expensive like ground beef is now, and steak and chicken, and probably for the first time in quite a few years, boneless, skinless chicken breast is cheaper than frickin' 80-20 ground beef, right? Anyway, so I'm looking and I'm like, this is frickin' ridiculous. Well, then what do I see? I look at this turkey as I'm walking by. I look down and I'm like, does that say $6? Is that a $6 turkey? Am I seeing that right? So I look at it and it's a $6 turkey, you guys. I think it was 30-some cents a pound, 39 cents a pound or something like that. So immediately I'm like, okay, my deep freezer is packed, like to the tippy top. Like, Well, there ain't nothing else fitting in there, okay? It was hard just to get that second turkey in there a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. So I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this out. Well, I had went to a thrift shop, and I found this big, huge 25, I think it's a 25 quart roaster, right? One of those roasters with the lid, and you plug it in. And I've been using that for canning, so I was like, I'm gonna put the turkey in that sucker. So I did. I thawed it, I put it in that sucker, I let it cook, and I ended up ultimately then putting it in my oven on broil to get it brown. And then I picked it apart. I put the dark meat in a bag, I put the light meat in a bag, and then I had all this like amazing broth. So I was like, I gotta can that broth. So then I was like, okay, let me make some bone broth. So I cooked it all night last night in the slow cooker, and then I put it on the stove this morning, cooked it all day, and then I canned it. So, yeah. I still have yet to can the meat because I have to go find 16-ounce jars. But let me tell you guys, okay, so that's where I was going with this. So I've been finding like the best stuff, right? Thrift shopping. Yeah. So I went thrift shopping the other day, and so we've been having a heck of a time finding canning jars. Like, and nobody has canning jars. Now you can go to like certain stores and they'll have like this one name brand, PUR, I think it's Pure. So I bought like 8-ounce jars and 4-ounce jars in the Pure to try them. But like, I didn't want to necessarily get all of the 32-ounce jars, right? The quart jars, because I haven't tried the Pure name brand. Anyway, so I go into the first thrift shop, and I'm pushing my little buggy, and I walk up, and there's a guy in front of me, and guess what he has in his cart? Mason jars. I was like, man, daggone it. So I was like, crap. So I go to the second thrift shop. I walk in. Okay, there's a couple of things I have like on my wish list that I look for when I go into the thrift shops and stuff. And one of them was I wanted like one of those carts with wheels with drawers. So I wanted one for my canning stuff, or like a metal kitchen cart for my canning stuff. And one for like my craft supplies, which it's hysterical to me that I have craft supplies because I am the worst crafter that ever walked, but I want to get it organized, right? So I walk in, and this lady's walking towards me to go to the cash register, and what does she have? The cart on wheels that I wanted. So I was like, this is not good. So I start looking. I ended up finding this sweater. I found 2 flannel shirts, and I bought, are you ready for this? 16 32-ounce jars. I was so excited. And they had like this deal where like for every 4 you buy, you get 1 free or something. So it was like a steal, right? And when I've tried to get canning jars like on Amazon, on Walmart, on Target, they're like, so it's like 12 quart size jars for like $17, $18. At least some places are charging 20 something, right? So yeah, I lucked out. So anyway, that's what I was going to say. I've been like lucking out getting really cool stuff at the thrift shop. So I was like, I was thinking about maybe doing some videos on like prepping hauls or canning, stuff like that. I don't know if I should start a different channel or just put it on here and just let everybody know. If you're not into that crap, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't watch it. So, hold on, you guys. Let me get caught up. Let me get caught up. Hey, Darlene, what's up? Hey, Pat, what's happening, girlfriend? Darlene, did I say hi? I just said hi to you, didn't I? I'm so brain dead. Listen, I'm just like out of it. Hope you're not talking food tonight. I've missed having dinner for the past 8 weeks. Save it for my cat's dental work. Oh no, Lori, you gotta eat, girlfriend. You gotta eat. Yeah, I've been really lucky finding good deals. Like, because normally I don't find good deals. So I've been like on a little streak. So, you know, I have like, I need to buy, like, I have like things on my wish list that I always look for when I go to thrift shops. I'm trying to find a bread machine. I make my bread from scratch. Usually I just hand knead and all that, but I was like, you know what? I had a bread machine, and I think when I was helping at the food pantry doing that, we had a girl there that had like lost everything in a fire. So I'm pretty sure that's what I did with my bread maker. I think I gave it to her. She had kids with like, that were gluten intolerant, so she had to make everything, gluten free. And she was saying, it takes up so much of her time, and blah, blah, blah. And so I think I gave her my rice cooker, I gave her my bread maker. Well, now I'm like, that's a couple of years ago, so now I'm like, it would be nice to have the bread maker just at least do the dough part, and then I can pull it out of the bread maker and bake it in the oven. So I think I've been looking for one, and they actually had one at this thrift shop, but it was like a really tiny one, and I was like, who makes bread that small? I mean, it was like this big, like, it was tiny. I was like, that ain't gonna work. I'm sorry. So, yeah. I know, I love to thrift. It's like, it's so awesome. I just love it. Aww. Way to go, Lori. That's awesome, but that sucks that you're not eating. Hey, Shell, what's happening, girl? Yeah, it's like impossible out here to find anybody to help with vet bills. I mean, they're just like, oh, if you can't afford it, sorry. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, you'd rather have an animal suffer, than to help somebody. I swear, if I were a vet, I'd be broke though, because I'd do everybody's animals for free, Definitely, darling. You definitely love your cat. That's awesome. But it just sucks that you're not eating. That sucks really bad. Yeah. So Thursday's Thanksgiving, so I'll be like baking this week and getting all the stuff done. I've always wanted to learn how to can do something. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was so afraid to pressure can, like I was scared to death, right? So hubby like helped me the first time I did it. And then after that I was like, you know what, I got this, I can do this. And now I'm confident it doesn't, it's not a big deal. It's so easy. Now I'm looking back going, oh my gosh, I should have done this a long time ago. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how are you doing? How's the pain, Shell? Yeah. That's true, Darlene. If you can afford the pet insurance, I think when we had it for a cat and our dog back then. We don't have it now. We just unfortunately have to pay whatever high bills we have. But it wasn't very much. I want to say I paid like, maybe it was 20 something a month or something. It wasn't that much. We have an animal dispensary, treatments free for people. Wow. Wow, wasn't I seeing up here, who was saying that they were was that you, No Excuses, that you're a nurse and you had COVID twice? Girl, that sucks. I kind of halfway saw it while I was yapping, so. May not be, already got space, etc. I did get it, got to work. Wow. Aww, poor kitty. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, maybe I will, Shannon. I don't know. Yeah, like, okay, so I can't stand cranberry sauce or cranberries. I don't like them. So today I was making homemade cranberry jelly. you know, like the gel kind or whatever. And hubby was upstairs in a meeting, and I had said to him, I said, you need to make sure you taste this so you can tell me if I need to put more sugar or if it's too tart or too sweet or what. And he was in a meeting, so I was like, ugh, let me try it. So I tasted it, and I was like, it's not that bad. Like, I don't like cranberry sauce, but it turned out pretty good, I think. So I went ahead and canned it. So I didn't have time to wait because, you know, you have to do it when it's hot. So, yeah, it tasted all right. I put some of I had dehydrated, like 10 pounds of, I had gotten the little, what are they called? Halos, the little halo oranges. I had gotten them on sale, so I dehydrated them and then ground it up into powder, you know, to add to smoothies or muffins or whatever. So I put some of that in there, and I think it helped a lot. I paid a fortune for cat insurance for Max. It was 20 years when they pay your medication late. Chris! I think Shay's here. I heard the door. Okay, sorry guys, heard the doorbell. I'd like to get a pasta machine. I had a pasta machine. That was another one that I gave away. I should have kept the damn thing. But that's I didn't get to do my, you know, I'm trying to make lye soap. I didn't get to do that this week. I need to get on that, and I wanted to start making homemade pasta again. It's been a while since I've done it. Do you not have a rescue place that helps with vouchers or something? Dental treatment is not so common. Wow. No. Yeah, I don't think they have anything like that out here. It was one a month for pet insurance. Wow. That's a lot for 4 dogs. Wow. Per dog? Holy shit. That's insane. It was called $2 shopping. Oh, that's nice. Wow. All insurance started as a scam. If you're lucky, it works out for you. Yeah. The insurance we had was actually really good. I mean, we haven't had it for 5 years or something, so I don't know how it is now. Yeah. I know, that's way too much money. Wow. Yeah, I don't blame you, Kim. That's ridiculous. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't have it for my cat and dog. But I'm also very fortunate because we take our animals to my husband's family, his family, their family vet, which is out in the middle of Podunk, out in the middle of nowhere in the Shenandoah Valley. But it's worth it because it's like, it's so cheap, you know? So for us, it's worth it to drive out there, rent a hotel, you know, take the animals the next morning. It's cheaper. It's just cheaper to do that because vets here, they're ridiculously priced. Like, I was like, oh, heck no, that's insane. Like, you have to turn the TV for your dog. That's funny. Yeah. I can understand that, Ken. It's expensive. It's ridiculous. If it's $70 a pet, wow, it's gone up. It didn't used to be like that. Well, it didn't used to be like that, guys. Okay, so got a few things on my list here that we can talk about. Then again, I never buy insurance for new appliances. They should cover something new, right? Right? Listen, speaking of that, so we bought a dryer, right? I don't know, it's been a couple of years ago from Sears. And we got the warranty on it, right? Well, then Sears went out of freaking business. So we paid money for a warranty that we couldn't, you know. So I was like, I'm done. Yeah. Vets here aren't too bad. Wow. It's insanely priced out here, Ken. I mean, it's ridiculous. Speaking of that, I just got a thing saying that I owe my doctor's office $1,200. I was like, what? No. So I'm trying to figure that out, but that's insane. You know, we pay over $1,200 a month for health insurance. It's like, how in the hell do I owe 12, you know? Yeah, it's just insane. It's obviously some kind of error, but of course, I've got to take time out of my day to fix it, you know, because they're not going to do anything about it. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. He likes Selena music. Aw, I like Selena. I love her music, actually. Give my shots to the cast. Oh, wow. Okay, you guys, we have to talk about a couple things. You ready? So, did anybody catch the Dr. Phil show with Dawn and Candace Wells? Let me tell you a few things. First of all, I don't like Dr. Phil. I mean, it's not that I necessarily dislike him. I feel like it's like all about ratings with him. You know what I mean? All right, let me get caught up and then we'll go back to that. 1,200 for, I know, right? We pay a fortune, trust me. Yeah. $1,200. Yeah, we do. That's how much we pay. We really do. It's insane. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of Dr. Phil. I can take him or leave him. You know what I mean? But I almost had a heart attack and passed out during that interview when Dr. Phil said, well, it's clear, I've been doing this for a lot of years, and I'm paraphrasing you guys, okay? He didn't say it like this, but I've been doing this for a lot of years, and I know you didn't have anything to do with the disappearance of your daughter. And you know this how? How? What? All right, so let me tell you a little snippet about it, right? So they did, like, I think it's called the behavior panel. Those guys were there, and they, like, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. It was pretty much a waste of time to watch it, in my opinion. But anyway, so they mentioned the cornbread mafia. And Candace, who was already crying, started shaking her head. No. You guys, get this microphone off of me. I'm out of here. So, I'm trying to tell my husband this. And you guys tell me what movie this is from. I said, yeah, honey. And when they said the Apple Dumpling Gang to Candace, she started crying and tried to rip her microphone off. And said, I gotta go, I can't do this. What movie is that from, y'all? The Apple Dumpling Gang. It wasn't the Apple Dumpling Gang. It was the Cornbread Mafia is what they were talking about. Have y'all heard the Cornbread Mafia? I haven't heard of them, but I've heard of the Apple Dumpling Gang. I cracked myself up. So I was like trying to tell my husband, and all I could picture was Don Knotts and the Apple Dumpling Gang. That's all I could picture. I'm sorry. All right, let me get caught up here. Panders to the audience. Exactly. Not fun of me either. I don't pay any of that. It does not work in, but a normal person. Wow. Damn, that's good. So it was a little break this week. Suzanne Morphew came into possession of a reporting about Barry trying to sell an iPhone 8 Plus and a gun with no firing pin. Wow, that's crazy. Really. Wow. That's insane. Okay, yeah, I do want to talk about Suzanne Morphew in a little bit, but let me finish with this first. Okay, so we saw that part. Here, I have a question. Y'all let me know if you know the answer to this, okay? why did Candace's mom, like, move? Why did Candace's mom, like, move out of state? Like, right after Summer went missing? Wouldn't you, like, want to be there to support your daughter and son-in-law and your grandkids who just lost their sister? Like, I don't get it, y'all. I don't understand that part. I don't understand that part. Okay, here's the other thing. Does anybody know, though? Do you know the answer to that? What happened that Candace's mom just up and moved away, you know? Never heard of that cornbread muff either. I'm about to quit watching all about that. Yeah. Yeah, the boys are in foster care. And the mom, I don't know if she, like, did she, like, hook her RV to the back of her vehicle and take off? Or did she leave her RV and take off? I don't know. Maybe that's what it was, Kim. True, true. That's true, Kim. Something fishy there with Grandma. Yeah. So here's the other thing. Okay. So literally 10 minutes before I came on live, this thing popped up in YouTube. And so I watched it. Okay. I just took a note really quick. Okay, so it was a video where some guy named Benny, dude's name is Benny. So he was on, like, Skype or whatever, Zoom, whatever the hell it is, with Don Wells, okay? So Don had given him something to read, and it was like Don saying, you know, oh, we miss our daughter so much, and people hate us, and we didn't do anything, and we're innocent, right? So I'm watching this going, are you freaking kidding me? So here's the weird thing. At one point, Don thought he had lost the connection with this guy, Benny, right? So then all of a sudden, you see Candace sitting there, and she's clearly, like, out of it. Like, high as a freaking kite or something. And then all of a sudden, he pans away, and then he flashes back, and, like, her arm just, like, drops all limp, right? So I'm like, what the hell? And then you see him, and he's walking around without a shirt on with these dark sunglasses on, right? Well, then all of a sudden you see him, and it's like there's a shower. He's in the bathroom, and it's like he sits down on the toilet, like he's going to the bathroom. That's what I thought, right? But then I'm reading the comments, and people are like, oh, no, he wasn't going to the bathroom. No. He was shooting up in his leg. So people were saying he was shooting up in his leg, and that's what was wrong with Candace. Like, that Don shot her up, and that's why she was high, but she was out of it. And then when he panned away, he was shooting her up, and then when he came back and her arm fell limp, it was because he had shot her up, and then he went and shot himself up. Well, then at the end, so while all this is going on, this guy Benny, whoever the hell he is reading this statement about Summer. You're shooting your wife up and shooting yourself up while you're having somebody read about your daughter who went missing? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Well, then, at the end, he takes his glasses off, his dark shades off, and he's clearly, like, I mean, his eyes were, like, so bad. Like, you guys. And the whole time I'm thinking, you have this weirdo Benny reading this, and Benny's like, oh man, you know, at the end he's like, yeah man, you know, I feel bad for you. And then Benny lights up a cigarette on camera while he's sitting there. I'm like, does anybody on here give a shit about this poor little girl that's missing? You guys, like, you can't make this shit up, right? And then I'm like, somebody said, oh, this was taped like 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Because I think Don Wells is still in jail, right? For a violation of probation and DUI. So I'm like, you guys, you can't make this shit up. It's freaking ridiculous. Ugh. Right, Shelby? I agree. She was either helping a sick relative or she had to go back to do something when she got money. Huh, okay. That's what I said. Like, wouldn't you be there? Unless she knows that, does she know that her daughter and son-in-law were involved? You know what I mean? Like, maybe she's afraid, you know? Oh, someone picked her up, okay. Oh, I didn't know who he was. Benny Ann? Is that what it is? Oh, Benny A.B.? Hey, Ann, what's happening? Yeah, she was definitely high as a freaking kite. And then somebody was like, in the comments, they were like, do you see the cigarette burn on her shirt? So they were like, oh, she was high and burned herself, you know. He was absolutely shooting up. I couldn't believe people were saying he was going to the bathroom and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. The donation money, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I just have such a hard time with, surely the police know more than, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that happens in so many cases. They know more than what we think they know. And I mean, they took the boys out of their home for a reason. So, yeah. Oh, he got it. So it was when he got out or the next day. Wow. Ew. Oh my God, Kelly, that's gross, isn't it? This guy's just a freaking dumbass. Like, oh, okay. Hey, 10-9, what's happening? That actually happened to me 2 years ago when I smoked. Happened to me many times. I get distracted and, you know, such is life. Police have a theory. They just, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It was bad enough that, sorry. I have to stop cursing because I have people writing saying they're unsubbing because I curse too much. You know, because my last video, my husband left that part in. But it's every single time I sit down to record, my phone starts going off. Today, I sat down to go live and my phone went off. It's like clockwork, you know? I won't get a text. I won't get any texts all day, right? And then I sit down to record and I start getting texts. I'm like, are you kidding me? So yeah, I've had several people say, I'm unsubbing because you curse too much. Yeah, well, F you. How about that? No. I'm just kidding. I would never say that to anybody. I'm just kidding. I would think it, but I wouldn't say it. No, I'm kidding. I have any close to cigarette holes in my car seat. I used to have that too, honey. Surprised he can go to the bathroom without a crocodile. Yeah, right? Right, Pat? Right? I was telling Abby, I was like, cry me a freaking river. Sorry, but I'm not sad that you're leaving. My channel's a better place without you, so Blair. I laughed when you cursed. So when I watched it, you know, I did like the little premiere and I was watching it live and I guess I didn't realize that he had left that in there and I was like, crap, I'm going to hear about this. I know Please click the like button. Thank you, Kim. Seriously, they're going to unsub because of that. I thought it was hilarious because it's true every time. It is, right, Shell? It's true every single time I sat down to record, somebody texts me. And it used to be when I first started the channel, every time I sat down my phone would ring. Now it's downgraded to every single time I sit down I get a text. It's just like every time I go into a store, nobody will call me all day. And then the second I step foot into a store, my phone starts ringing. I'm like, really? this cracks me up. Is this funny to you guys? Why must people state in comments? Like, I've seen it in, God, my hair is so messed up tonight. I've seen it in so many comment sections of different videos. People are like, well, I'm going to sub because of A, B, and C. I want to say so bad when people say that stuff. Like, oh, we're going to miss you, but bye. Bye, we're going to miss you. But I don't. Okay. Swearing is actually a sign of intelligence. I've heard or read somewhere. Well, there you go. There you go. It's because I'm a flippin' genius. That's why I curse. See? See? Thank you, Lori. That made me feel much better. I like your honesty, like when someone is, right? You gotta say it like it is. I mean, come on. I must be pretty smart. Yeah, Kim, right? Me too. Oh my goodness. Right? Just thumbs up. Exactly. I don't know why people have to state that they're unsubbing. Do you think, say the person has 10,000 subscribers, do you think that the other 9,999 people give a crap if you unsub? No, they don't. Nobody cares. Imagine how offended they are in their daily life if they can't handle a swear word here and there. And look, this is not the first time. I've had people in the past say, I'm unsubbing because you curse so much, I can't handle the language. And I'm like, okay, are you being raised like in a freaking synagogue or something? Or in a barn? I'm pretty sure like anywhere I go, I hear people curse. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely hear it in my own head all the time. 24/7 I'm cussing. Yeah, true. I agree, Pat. Me too. I try not to ever say that. I do have this bad habit though, and I'll say Jesus, and I shouldn't say that. And I get really upset at myself when I do say that. You know? Too many Karens and Kens running rampant on social media. So true, Amanda St. John. Hey, CPO, what's happening? Wow, really, CPO? I hadn't heard anything about that. Y'all know I don't really watch like TV, you know. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Welcome, welcome. Right, Lori, right. I agree. Let me tell you guys a few things, okay? This is just kind of comical, I'm going to tell you. So that the same day I found the $6 turkey, okay, I'm at the grocery store. And I'm walking down the aisle shopping, and I stop, and I'm like in this one section, and I'm like looking at everything, just kind of like zoned out, trying to figure out what I want, what I don't want. And then I hear these two women talking on the other side, in the other aisle. And like the stuff they were saying was kind of comical. I was kind of like, you know, they were funny. Well, then the one lady says to the other lady, let me see if I can say it just like she said it. She's like, girl, aren't you so happy that Joe is in the office? And I was like, she's talking about a coworker, Joe, right? So anyway, I'm like half listening, but I'm looking at like trying to find, going through all this stuff, trying to find what I want. And then she's like, I know, girl. She's like, I don't know what we would do without Joe Biden. So you guys, it was really, it took a lot, okay? I went, what? Oh, what? Just like that, right? Well then, you hear them like whispering. So I know they're like referencing me. So I'm like, heck no. I'm pushing my little buggy and I go down and I go around the corner. And I walked up and I said, oh yeah, I thank Joe Biden every single time I go to pump gas. And then I push my little buggy and oh my God. So the funny part, the really comical funny part was, I was just like, oh my gosh. And I'm the type I get mad about something, I like envision shit in my head. Like if I'm really angry with somebody, I'll envision like slapping them, and I'll envision like, you know, a conversation that what I'm gonna go say to them, right? So I'm going through the store and I'm trying to calm myself down, you know, and I walk around the corner and there's the manager and he knows me. He's like, hey, what's up? And he's talking to me for a few minutes, and then I'm like, you know, what's going on with the stocking issues? Because, you know, he'll usually like give me the lowdown, you know, and he was telling me, you know, we're still having problems getting some things, and I was like, yeah, the shelves look pretty good. And then, you know, I'm like, okay, all right, Joe, I'll see you. His name happens to be Joe, by the way. So anyway, so I'm going down the aisles, and I've calmed down at this point. I'm like, whatever, I need to get my stupid grocery shopping done. So I come back, and I'm like, oh, crap, do you all do this? I have a list. And I still am like, oh, shit, that's on aisle 2, right? So I turn around, and I'm walking back to go get what's on my list, right? And wouldn't you know it, I thought it was one aisle over. It was actually the aisle those 2 women were on, and they were still there. So I come around the corner, and they're like, they look at each other like this. Let me see if I can do it. Like that, right? And I'm like, that's my look. Like, don't steal my look, okay? But I was like, whatever. You know, I'm trying to ignore him. And the other lady's like, I think like she was mocking me. And it made me laugh, right? It made me laugh, y'all. So I very politely walked right past them and walked right in between them and reached over. I'm so sorry. Excuse me, ladies. Okay. One got line, right? The nerve of people. But I knew, you know, I knew they were sitting there because you had said, who said that about, you know, Karens and Kens? I knew they were calling me a Karen. I knew they were. I wanted so badly to say, the name is Victoria, not Karen. I wanted to say that so bad, but I abstained, and I said it in my mind. Okay, I said it in my mind. Yeah. So, can you believe that? First of all, Joe Biden's not even running our country. We all know that. The poor man needs to go retire. Okay, he is clearly sick. He's got issues. He needs to go be a papal and stop being in the White House. Yes, they do live under a rock. You have got that right. When they said that, I was just like, there's no way they said that. Like, right? I'm like, because look, I have friends that are Republicans. I have friends that are Democrats. I have friends that are independents. You know? And like, I just saw this lady. She just put a comment. What video was that? Anyway, she said, like, I'm a liberal, you know, but I'm not stupid. You know, I clearly see that there's inflation and shrinkflation and there's shortages and the gas prices are through the roof. She's like, I can clearly see this. She's like, so am I happy about the people in power? No, not in the least, right? So I was like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what planet they're living on. I wanted to be my dad. I understand, Lori, I understand. Not for my dad. My parents are passed, but there are many people that I've pictured doing that. Thanks, Pat. Yep. Kim. We'd have fun if we hung out. We'd probably have way too much fun, though. We'd get in trouble if we hung out. Mine's best friend, though. Aww. The whole world has bad leaders right now. Trust me, I'm from Canada. Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's all the way around. You know what I mean? Like, it's everywhere. We all, you know, everybody's having issues. Like, I had a good miss them all the time. I did too. Me too, Pat. Me too. Yeah. Ken. so anyway, okay. What else are we talking about, you guys? This is so distracting. So over here on the left side of my screen, I can see what I really look like. And then over here on the right side is what y'all see, where I'm like smushed. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, you guys, let's talk about Suzanne Morpheo. So let me tell you. So the other night, oh my God, it's hot in here, you guys. So the other night, I went to sleep and I proceeded to have the worst freaking night. I had the worst dreams I've ever had. Like, you know, I've been having these constant dreams. I've been having the dreams of the earthquakes and the tsunamis and the tornadoes and, you know, people drowning and, you know, just volcanoes and people in lava dying and just having this horrible dream over and over again, right? So I go to sleep the other night, and I've also had the dream about Suzanne Morpheo where she's like entombed in something, right? And I never understand like why I'm seeing that over and over again, right? So I went to sleep, and it started off, I was dreaming about the tsunamis and all that stuff, like the regular dream that I normally have, okay? Then it immediately went into, I'm standing in this grassy area, and there's like water in front of me. It looks like it's probably like a lake. And then all of a sudden, this thing pops up out of the water and comes up here. It's Suzanne Morpheo. And then she's like screaming, "You have to help me, you have to help me, you have to help me." But when she's saying it, she's like, it's like, you know, like, she just looked so frightened, okay? I've never had that dream about her before like that. And, so then I went into, like, from that, I leapt into, so I'm like right here in this building, and the building looks like it's like abandoned, okay? But it's broad daylight outside, but I'm like in the basement, okay? So you can see like around the windows, there's like a little bit of light coming through here and there, like a speck here and there. But there's like, this stuff on the windows that I've never seen before. I don't know what it is. I can't even describe it. But it's like someone intentionally put it up there so you couldn't see in, I guess. But you can see out, right? Anyway, so I'm standing there, and I hear this woman. So there's a door here, and I hear this woman, I mean, just crying hysterically. And she's like, "I need help, I need help. Oh my God, are you out there? Are you out there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I need help. Please help me. Please save me. He's gonna kill me." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? Who's gonna kill you?" And she's like, "That man, he's gonna kill me. He's coming back soon. You have to help me. You have to get me out of here." And in my dream, I'm like, "Okay, well, let me go get the police." And she's like, "No, you don't have time. You have to get me out now or I'm gonna be dead. You have to get me out now." And she's like panic stricken, right? So I'm like, okay. And I'm like going like this to the doorknob, and I'm like flinging my body up against the door, trying to break the door, and I realize right away that it's like a metal door, okay? I'm like, this is a freaking metal door, right? And I'm like, I can't get this open. This is a metal door. And she's like, "It's really thick. Yeah, it's really thick." And I'm like, "Well, I have no choice. I gotta go get the police." And she's like, "No, he's gonna be back any second." And I'm like, "How does he come to see you? Does he come through this door?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, great." Like, so now I'm standing, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, "Oh shit, he's gonna see me." I'm like, "I gotta get you out of here." And I'm like frantically trying to get her out, and I can't. And she's on the other side saying, I'm like, "Can you help me?" Because I was like, "Can you push against the door? Can you move the doorknob?" She's like, "No, I'm chained up." So she's going on to tell me that she's chained to these weights, like cement weights, okay, that she's chained to these weights and she can't get anywhere near the door. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. Well, then I hear something. It sounds like somebody came in upstairs or something. But the thing was, when I went into this dream, I was automatically just right there on the other side of the door, so I don't know how I got in the house, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my God, I hear him. And I'm flipping out. Well, then I'm morphed, like fast forwarded ahead, and there's this man, okay? And I'm literally like watching him through glass, and he's sitting in this room with nothing in the room, okay? It's like a cement floor, and it's like, what are those, I can't even think. What are those big, huge, like, bricks that have the holes in them that you build houses with, like basements with? Cinder blocks. So it's just like a cinder blocked room, like a cement floor, and then there's this big, huge window, and I'm watching this guy. And he's sitting in there on the floor, and at first I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Like, I can't, like, key into what he's saying, but he's just like, I don't know how to explain it, like, in this rhythmic way, he's saying, like, sentences, right? And at first I can't understand him. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even know if he's speaking English, okay? So I'm looking at him, and he's got like, a blue scrub shirt on, like for, you know, scrubs when you work at the hospital, and it's a V-neck, and then he's got like blue scrub pants on, okay, but he's clean, he's not dirty or anything, and he looks to be like, maybe Middle Eastern, I think Middle Eastern, and he's like rhythmically saying this stuff, right? I can't understand him, and I'm like looking around, like why am I here? I can't understand him. I don't know why I'm here. Well, then I hear a little bit of what he's saying, and what he's saying is he's describing, okay, step by step, these things that he's done to these women, okay? So when I continue to listen, he's going into extreme detail about, but I don't know how to explain, like when he says it, he's like, you know, okay, for example, like, little boy blue, come blow your horn. He says, little boy blue, come blow your horn. It's like rhythmic, the way he says stuff, okay? So he's describing in detail what he's done to these women, and I'm like, what? And when I start listening, I'm hearing these graphic, horrible things that he's saying that he's done. And then all of a sudden I'm out of there, and then unfortunately I start seeing like tons of people dying, and it's like I'm watching a movie or something, right? So it's like on a reel, and I'm watching people, all these people dying different ways, right? And it's like the one guy is drowning, and then the next guy, you know, is shot in the head, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's all these different ways these people are dying, right? So I'm watching this and I'm like, you know, what the hell is this? Like, what am I seeing, right? You guys, then it like goes forward again, and I'm watching this man, and I can't even see, I didn't even pay attention to like the room or anything because it freaked me out so bad. This guy was chopping this man's fingers off, little pieces at a time, and the man is screaming, and he's like half passing in and out, and he's doing all of his fingers, right? And then he goes to his toes, And then I had to get the hell out of there. I was like, I was just closing my eyes like, I can't watch any more of this. Because it was just, this poor man was just in so much pain. And then I morphed into, unfortunately, seeing some family members dying. So it was a horrible night. I don't even want to talk about the family member things, but I've never had dreams like to that extent where I'm morphed from, you know, all these different things. I don't know what it means. I couldn't go back to sleep. I was like refusing to go back to sleep. I'm like, I'm not going back to sleep. I'm not going back to sleep. Like, I was doing everything I could to stay awake. Like, it was horrible. Horrible, you guys. Now, since then, I've slept and I haven't had those dreams. But I don't know. I don't know what any of it means. Hold on, you guys. Let me get caught up a little bit here. Imagine how offended they are in daily life. Right, I already read that. No. Let's see, where am I at? Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to get caught up. Sorry. We would get in trouble. Tom just shakes his head at me. That's how my husband is. He's 91 and hasn't got much better. Only weaker and sore, but just as my daughter wanted me to ask you about a guy named John Lang that kept saying the police were going to kill him, but they're saying it was suicide. I mean, I'm not feeling suicide, so I don't think he died by his own hand. Oh no, yours died in a coal mine. Wow. Shelly! Hi, girlfriend. I love you. I hope you're having a good night. They're politicians. Politicians do what they do. They take your money, get rich, and do nothing. Exactly. They're all a bunch of liars anyway. I don't know what water. It was just so bizarre. Like, I don't even know. And then I was like frantically trying to write everything down, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't forget anything. I'm sure I just telling it, I probably missed something. But here's, you know, I knew Suzanne Morphew. I didn't know any of these other people until at the end when I was dreaming about family. So I don't know. Sorry, you never get peaceful sleep. Aw, thanks, Pat. I was just part of it. No, it wasn't my Amulet. No. The only reason I know who she is because someone asked me to do a reading on her. And then, like, a couple hours later, something popped up, you know, like the suggested videos or whatever popped up about this girl. And I was like, oh, that's that name I just wrote down on my list, you know. Is it when you're feeling unwell at worst? Yeah, I have noticed, like, even if it's, whether it's nightmares or whether it's like my vivid dreams, my dreams that are real, that I do have them a lot more when I'm not feeling good. Yeah. No. When will mine be found? Hopefully soon, but I just don't see it real soon, but I don't know. Aw, hey, Copper. That's awesome. It was horrifying, let me tell you. Like, I mean, I don't mind having dreams about cases and stuff because it gives me information. But when it's stuff like this to where I don't know who it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's when it's, I can't stand it. I'm sorry you're dealing with these dreams. Sounds terrifying. It is. It's pain. Like, it's scary as crap. You know what I mean? And it's even more frightening because I don't know who these people are. You know what I mean? Yeah. Wow. Our neighbor just bought a Tesla. I'm like, people got more money than they got brains. I don't remember my dreams. Wow. Sometimes I wish I didn't remember. If you take something, can you get some sleep? So I tried years ago to take this sleeping pill that the doctor gave me. And I think I was asleep for like 2.5 days. Like, I can't take that stuff. And then there was it was like a mild muscle relaxer my doctor put me on. And I had like the worst dreams when I took that. But it wasn't, they weren't like real dreams. They were just bizarre, crappy dreams, you know? Hey, Chris, what's happening? I've done my own dream analysis for 20 plus years and sometimes help others. I will revisit yours over the holiday and see what I can come up with. Oh, thank you, Chris. I would appreciate that because I don't know. I would love to find out who these people are. You know what I mean? Like, are they alive? Has something happened to them? You know what I mean? Kim, you have to stay still. When you first wake and grab on the last thing you remember and go backwards. It works for me. Just don't move yet. Excuse me. I hope this recording helps get Suzanne justice. I think she'd like to go home, but I don't know. Do you know if they can convict Barry if he will go willingly? I'm not able to see anything right now like that. But I'll definitely try to look into it later and see what I get. Have you tried to connect with Summerbells? Yes, I have. Could be a reflection of all the chaos in the world, enough to make anybody lose sleep at night. Yeah, true. It was just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm like anybody else, okay? I have nightmares, like bad nightmares sometimes. But I always know that, it's just a bad dream. It's not real. You know what I mean? With this dream, it was real. Like, I can tell the difference, you know? I don't know. Be careful what you say about the John Lang thing because they're saying rumor is the police did kill him. I don't know what all was entailed with it. Yeah, jeez. Hold on, you guys. My little Money is trying to get in. You trying to get in? Huh? Come on. Come on. You come and see Mama? Come on. Hello. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay. Had to let my kitty cat in. I don't get nightmares anymore. I just get really weird dreams and wake up and just sit there and think for an hour after. Ugh, those are the worst, aren't they? When you're just like sitting there thinking. I think Susanna was trying to tell you where she's at. I don't think she really knows where she's at, but she wants us to know he killed her. Definitely, for sure. It's just bizarre though because I've had the same dream of her so many times. So for me to have, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm literally standing there and it's like I'm staring at the water. It's like I knew something was up with the water, and then all of a sudden something just shoots up out of the water. And I look up and it's Suzanne Morphew, and I'm like, you know, I don't know. You may have jumped in on a serial killer that nobody knows about yet. Could be. I think you could be experiencing the pain that others went through. At sent out in the universe. I found a dog that way. He projected his face to me and asked to be saved. He was at the pound. Aww. Never want to sleep again. Trust me. Trust me. Like that night, I mean, I ended up like, I was like, you know, looking through my phone, and then I was like watching YouTube videos, and like my eyes were getting heavy, and I was like, nope, no, you gotta stay awake. You know, I was fighting it, and then finally at like, I think it was like 4 a.m., hubby woke up, and I talked to him for a little bit, and then, yeah. But I fought it. Like, I was like, I'm not going back to sleep for nothing, you know? The world's crazy right now, the floods in BC and La Palma. Yeah. Oh, you've been seeing, like, Canada, the flooding is, it's horrible, you guys. And then La Palma, the, earthquakes are getting more, and I've been like, I saw that like a long time ago that they're getting stronger and stronger, and I'm like really concerned because, yeah, I'm just really worried. I haven't seen like total catastrophe yet, you know what I mean? But it's just really freaky. Hello, I'm Lake, currently in Las Vegas. Ooh, Vegas! Hey, Cindy, welcome. I love me some Vegas. I wish I were there. Hey, I am. What's happening? Glad you're here. Exactly. Welcome to our crazy family. Pat, I have repeating nightmares about not being able to escape from places over and over. Different people, different places, always the same theme. Wow. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, it's really scary. I mean, I don't have that issue. But I'm deathly afraid of bridges. Like going in a car over a bridge scares the bejesus out of me. Like I don't know why, because I'm a pretty decent swimmer, but I always have this fear that the bridge is going to collapse and I'm going to drown. And I think I'm a strong enough swimmer that if that did happen, I should be able to get out of the car. You know what I mean? But it's just this. Like I obviously fell off of a bridge in a past life and died. And this is why I'm scared to death. Because it doesn't make any sense any other way, you know what I mean? There was an earthquake here a couple days ago. Really? Wow. It's funny because a couple weeks ago I thought I felt an earthquake in the morning. Hubby was sound asleep, my son was sound asleep, the animals slept through it, but I was like, that was an earthquake. And then I didn't see anything about it, and I'm like, what? Well, then like 2 days later, someone posted on the neighborhood app, and they were like, I totally forgot to post this. Did you guys feel the earthquake the other morning? And I was like, thank you. Like, you know, I wasn't the only one. But we just have like, you know, little baby ones here. I had a crazy deja vu from probably 10 years ago in the car the other day. I felt weird. Oh, wow. I actually had that the other night. I was cooking in my kitchen, and I was stirring something, and all of a sudden I had deja vu, and I looked at my husband, and I'm like, oh, I'm having deja vu really bad, and he's like, deja vu of cooking the same thing before, and I'm like, I don't know, I just have deja vu. You know? Is that a fly? Get it, Ella. Get the fly. She's on it. She's trying to get the fly. Get the fly. Get it. Where'd that fly go? You know what she does, though? Well, let me tell you. Cat, you have one job. She has one job. Kill the flies. No. What does she do? She plays with them, leaves them half dead, and leaves them in my shoes. Isn't that nice for her? She leaves them in my shoes. So now I have to like be so careful when I go to put shoes on. I'm like, ugh. Crazy. Horrible, I have dreams that are recurring but not nightmares. But then I can remember during the day. Wow. Ask the archangels for a solid night's sleep. I know, right? I've been trying. I wake up exhausted from them. I'm always sneaking, afraid, and knowing I'm going to be caught and killed any moment. It's so real. so physically tiring. Yeah, I know what you're feeling like. Yeah, I have deja vu constantly. It's weird. Like I have it every once in a while, but it's always something bizarre where I'm like, why? Like when I was stirring, what the hell was I stirring the other night? When I had deja vu. Like, I stir stuff on the stove all the damn time. Like, you know, it was weird. I was one here in Utah a few days ago. Oh, wow. Geez, where'd that come from? I've had over 100 deja vus. I recognize the dream. Where'd they come from? Wow. I never have flies with my cats around. Yeah, it's just gross. My dog eats them. So does my dog. My dog eats them. My cat, on the other hand, likes to play with them. She does the little, you know, and then I always thought, and then she ate them. Oh, but no. I find the little presents that she leaves for me all over the place. I'm just grateful and thankful that it's not a mouse, because I think if I found a mouse, I would probably have a coronary. So I'm glad it's just flies. Oh, you guys, where'd that come from? All of a sudden. Oh, I was gonna say I will be here next Friday night, but I'm not sure about the following Friday night because hubby and his one sister leave next Sunday to drive to Arkansas to see their dad, and so I'll be on next Friday, but the following Friday I'm going to try to be on here if I can figure out how to get on. I'm going to ask my hubby to show my son. Oh, my goodness, I'm sorry you guys. Yeah, I'm going to ask my hubby to show my son so that if I can't figure it out, which is highly unlikely, because hubby's using like this new system now. So I could probably get on the old way if I could figure it out. I'm gonna try, y'all. I'm gonna try. My cat brings dead mice, and that's, oh god, I will have a coronary. Have you read Many Lives, Many Masters? I'll bet you would have visions while reading that book. Really? I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. I plan on getting a lot of reading done while hubby's gone. Many lives, many masters. Okay. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Had a dream that was the morning of my execution. I felt feelings I've never ever felt in my waking life. Put life into perspective and made me realize what real problems are. It's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. But that's so true. God bless you. You see a lot of horrible, horrible things in your dreams. You need to take the time next week, spend time with your family, enjoy yourself, take the break you need. I definitely will. I mean, I definitely will. It'll be kind of, you know, quiet without hubby around, so I plan on getting a lot of reading done, and sorry guys. And hopefully I'll have time next week to work on making soap and stuff that I want to learn how to do, you know, that I haven't been able to do. I haven't had time. So yeah. Okay, let's see. I used to have a cat that killed mice. So good. Oh, I found a mouse head once just sitting on the floor. No ears. One of the most horrifying things I've ever seen. Oh, I bet. Ugh. It's that lack of sleep that's affecting, right? I shouldn't have been talking about my dreams. Now I'm tired. How awful we are all screwed up with those dreams. Yeah. Many lives, many masters changed my life. My intro to spirituality. Highly recommend. I'll definitely read it. Right, right, I am. I had a dream like that once. I'm dying in a tsunami. That's so scary because in my dreams, the tsunami part, like I literally see people floating by and like I make eye contact with them. And as they're like floating by, they're being like sucked under, so I know they're dying, you know, so I hate that dream. Yeah, books on Edgar Casey. You know, I was in Virginia Beach and everybody was like, we went on vacation this past summer and everybody was like, have you gone to Edgar Casey's Institute? And I was like, no, I didn't even know it was here. You're making me young. Are they always messing with you on YouTube? All the time. I always get messed with every little thing. That's alright though. Did you want to get the fly? Did you? That's not the fly. That's the microphone. You need to find the fly. Do your job, kitty. Come here. Come here. Say hi to everybody. I know you're trying to get the fly. But Ella, maybe you can say hi to everybody. Huh. No, you don't want to be petted. Normally she's like on top of me 24/7 wanting attention, and now she's like, get away from me, woman. I'm trying to kill the fly. It was a great book. Yeah, I bet. See, Driving Through Paragould. I don't know. Because I know his sister said that. So his sister went, okay. So they have a cousin from Arkansas. He lives in Little Rock, I think. And he has this like transportation business, so he ends up out here a lot. So when he's out here, we get to see him, hang out with him. Well, the last time he came out, he had to drive back to Little Rock, so Mark's sister rode with him out there, and then she ended up flying home so she could see her dad. And he went, like, however he went, it was quicker. I don't remember what they were talking about, but I think they're going to try that way, so I'll ask hubby. Soap making videos. Well, yeah, let me get good at it first. I was actually thinking about maybe videotaping it the first time I do it, you know, just because then I can resort back to it if it works or if it doesn't work, you know what I mean? So that's actually a good idea. I'll definitely have to do that. If you really want to get in touch with your feelings, try Focusing by Eugene T. Kendall. Let me see. Focusing. I haven't heard that name in forever. Eugene. Yeah, I didn't go back to Indiana for the funeral of my cousin. I thought for sure that my two cousins that live out here, that they would go back, but they ended up not going back. One couldn't get off work, and the other one, him and his wife travel like all the time, and I don't know how he gets off from work, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my kitty. She's a good girl. She's trying to get this fly, though. And I'm driving Seattle, the road is level with the water, 1971 division at the Pacific Northwest. Kitty, I can't read when your body's in, thank you. At the Pacific Northwest was unstable. I love it, but I can't live there. I knew that someday the Pacific Northwest would be all underwater. All those mountains or volcanoes and tsunamis will happen. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. You know what's weird is, years ago I went with my friend, we went to St. Petersburg, Florida, and we rented a little Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible, Spider convertible, and we stayed out there for a week, and we had a blast, but every single time, so, you know, I don't do well with bridges, right? But she was constantly like, you need to drive. And then I would get stuck on the like toll bridge or whatever, and I'd be flipping out. But anyway, so I noticed, we went over this one particular bridge. I wish I could remember where exactly it was, but I don't. She might remember. But went over this one particular bridge, like the last 3 days we were there, we went over it 3 different times. And I would get the worst feelings when I went over that bridge. Like, I could tell that people had died, right? And I would feel it so strong. And to this day, I don't know what happened, but apparently people died on that bridge because I could feel it. So I don't know if it was a car accident or they drowned, I don't know, but I could feel it. But that reminds me, like, if I ever get back out there, I need to try to figure that out, because it drove me bonkers the last 3 days. I was like, why am I getting, because I was getting like, just overwhelmed. It was just overwhelming. I don't know. What are you doing? You still trying to get that fly? Get it. You ain't the one to get the fly. There goes Kitty's tail. Maybe your dreams are about that area. It could very well be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm seeing. I just know that it's scary. Very scary. Yeah. All right, you guys. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get off of here. But I want everybody who's in the U.S. to have an amazing Thanksgiving on Thursday. I will be on here Friday night. I hope everybody gets to see their family and celebrate together, and that you guys have such an amazing Thanksgiving. I personally love Thanksgiving. I love, hanging out with family and breaking bread together. And I have lots of work to do this week. I have a pumpkin cheesecake to make, an apple pie to make, possibly a pecan pie for my hubby. I got a lot to do. Yeah. So, bye guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys too. Bye everybody. Ken, thank you so much as always. I love you. Bye Pat, bye Kim, bye Lori, bye Shell, bye Afton, bye Amanda, bye I am. I know I'm forgetting people and I'm so sorry. And Mr. B's so happy you found a turkey. I know, right? I found a turkey. Take care, Kim. Bye guys. Bye CPO. Happy Thanksgiving.